Today, we're going to be watching Everything Everywhere All at Once starring Michelle Yeoh. I saw this movie the week it came out, and in that week, I saw it twice within the same week, and I have not watched it since. I was so obsessed with this movie when it came out, and I basically kept silent on any actual review publicly. I was telling like everyone my reviews privately, but publicly, I showed my support, and then I didn't really detail any thoughts. So I'm super excited to detail all my thoughts about this movie because I have so much to say. This movie was, like for many, a life-altering experience for me. It was a movie that I watched just at the right time, and I am kind of back into that place, the same place I was when I watched it. Kind of woe is me, what is life, what matters. So I'm really excited to watch it again because I am in a little bit more of a down mood. So that probably means we're going to get a lot of tears. But nonetheless, I'm super excited to share my thoughts with you guys. And before I get watching, let's hear a message from today's sponsor, U2s. Today's video is sponsored by U2s. U2s makes designer collectibles which capture the joy of the internet, which includes your favorite creators, your favorite TV show characters, and so much more. They have some of your favorite anime characters like Attack on Titan, and even some of your favorite creators like Drew Gooden, Curtis Connor, and many more. One thing you should know about U2s is that they are limited edition, so that means every single time there's a U2s release, you need to get your hands on it because once they are gone, they are fully gone. This little U2s is the Aang Avatar The Last Airbender U2s, and I haven't unboxed it, but I'm going to show it to you guys. So this is the Aang figure. It is super cute. Look at the little face. This is perfect for any nerd out there. Honestly, don't be ashamed to call yourself I just knocked that over. Don't be afraid to call yourself a nerd because having nerd mobilia and collectibles around your house as a grown-up is pretty cool. U2s are a perfect way to make your home or your room feel more like you, to capture everything that you love. And if you're looking for a gift for your special someone in your life, your friend, your loved one, your family member, whatever they may be, U2s is the perfect way to find the perfect gift for them that will be their favorite character, or maybe even a character that reminds you of them. Now, if you want to get one of these super adorable collectible that, by the way, like I mentioned earlier, limited edition, so once they are sold out, they're sold out. If you want to get one, you guys should definitely go check the link in my description and grab yourself a U2's figure because they're the perfect way to spruce up your living space. I think it's great. So make sure you guys go click the link at the top of the description, and thank you U2's for being today's sponsor. And this will look a little bit different. I'm going to be looking to my left instead of my right because I'm actually using my TV. My headphones actually connect to my TV, so I won't be using my laptop. So if you're wondering why I'm looking a different way, that's why. Now let's get to watching Everything Everywhere All at Once in 3, 2, 1, play. This movie is directed by the Daniels, the same creators of Swiss Army Man, which if you haven't watched Swiss Army Man, you definitely should. If you like Everything Everywhere All at Once, you will like Swiss Army Man. It's definitely a little slower and a little bit more like tame, I guess, compared to Everything Everywhere All at Once, but it's a really good movie and it is so fascinating. You should definitely watch it. Already, the first opening shots using circles is spectacular. Look how many circles are in this movie. Go watch it back and look how many circles there are because they are so vital and so important, and I love it like so much.
我们有2种白色的哈，一个是 laundromat 的，另外一个是 apartment 的，你千万不要用错了，因为错了就不好了 ，Evelyn 不要紧。
I think after the third watch of watching this, I feel like I am more similar to Evelyn than I'd like to admit. But I'm also just like the daughter as well. So I'm like, what the fuck am I? Am I an uptight mother? Am I a lesbian daughter? Give it up for Ki-hyo because he retired from acting when he was literally still a child. He was in some of the biggest movies, literally Indiana Jones and The Goonies, and he did not, literally directed by Steven Spielberg, did not get any roles after that. Steven Spielberg, we need to talk about that. We need to interview Steven Spielberg and ask why he didn't help he get roles because he easily could have, but he didn't. And then he retired from acting and he was doing stuff behind the scenes. And we were hiding all this talent. Really? Give it up for Key, because I hope he gets so much recognition at the award season this year, because he deserves to be recognized for the amount of work that he did for this movie. Like, he was amazing.
Becky 是我的 shit, how do you say it? 她是我的
好朋友。
I have to say, Joy, I'm gonna get onto you for that. If you didn't want your mom to step in like that, you should have remembered girlfriend in Cantonese. As much as her mom should have just told, I think Joy could have really done it on her own if she just remembered how to say girlfriend. But this is not blaming her. This is just simply pointing out that fact.
你在想什么东西啊？
Dude, there's something like perfect. That's what I call the perfect shot. There's so much going on in that shot, and if you zoom in on any corner of the frame, there's going to be something so crucial to the story there, and I love it. It is, to me, the perfect shot. It encompasses so much of the film within those title screens. It's brilliant, and I won't let anyone change my mind. Leave a comment down below. Would you have gone to the janitor's closet? What choice would you have made? Would you have gone to your scheduled appointment, or would you have gone to the janitor's closet? I would have just checked out the janitor's closet, because then I would have thought that someone like put something in there and I would want to see what it is.
I was just hoping that you could explain this.
Another circle. And that always pissed me off. The 2 times I watched it, I was like, that is a lot of circling. Like, it's almost like doing too much, and I didn't like it. And now I realize the cultural relevance of it, the impact it has on the movie, that she circled it that many times. What's very cool about this movie is that there's not as much VFX that you think there is. A lot of it is green screen. A lot of the stuff in this movie is practical effects, and I don't think people give that enough credit because they're so used to CGI. I think a lot of people like to be like, this movie's so wacky and it's so crazy, but they don't actually like talk about the technical aspects of it and where it really differs from a lot of the movies we're seeing nowadays, and how you can have a smaller budget and still make a big world movie. You know what I mean? Like, this is a big world movie. They built a world, and usually that takes a lot of CGI and a lot of money, and they did it with a really low budget considering for what they made, and also a super small team. The VFX artist, there's only 5 VFX artists on the team. This is what I need people to talk about. Like, whether or not you like the plot, let's talk about how the movie was made, because it's so brilliant, and I need more people to talk about it because it just inspires so many more young filmmakers out there to continue to keep making, because you don't need to have the biggest budget in the world. You don't need to have 1 million people to create big world movies. Jamie Lee Curtis was the scariest she's ever been, and I saw her in Freaky Friday, so that's saying a lot. If you actually want to know what that was, it's actually just like white chocolate dyed. It's not anything chewy, guys. It's not actually chapstick. It's just a little white chocolate.
Okay, sir. That's enough.
And the aspect ratio changing. If you want to get me in any theater, change the aspect ratio, because I will literally scream on sight, because I think it is one of the most brilliant film techniques ever. It just automatically makes it more cinematic, and it just gives a different vibe. And I feel like more people need to do it, because it can elevate your scene so nicely. And I feel like people are always missing something within their scenes, and they're like, what do I add? Like, what can I add? Does it need more action? Does it need more effects? And changing the aspect ratio can change the entire thing. Like, this scene is so good already on its own, but if it was in the same aspect ratio it was before, it would be a little less cool. So good. Like, so many freaking references to old kung fu movies, and it's so good. And not to mention, you have like the OG Michelle Yeoh like in it, who was in some of the most iconic kung fu movies. Like, she was in Police Story, she was literally in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. She's literally the OG, and you have all these grand references to old kung fu movies. It's brilliant. And not to mention, this role was originally made for Jackie Chan, and then Michelle Yeoh comes on the scene and literally steals it from him, and that's impeccable. That's amazing, because this would have been an entirely different story if it was Jackie Chan. It wouldn't have been the same, and I'm gonna be honest, I love Jackie Chan so much. That's father at the end of the day, but this was a film for mother. This was a film for mother, so let's just let that be known. This is a mother film.
Inevitability.
You had to already know that was Joy. You could not go throughout this entire movie and not know that it was her right there. They showed that bun and I said, I know who that is. I know that bun.
They might be close.
Fucking tight. Dude, simple jump cuts used in the right way can be so effective. I think so many times people try to hide that they're doing jump cuts, and then it ends up being a really boring, like, straight movie where they're cutting at the right time that they're supposed to be. But using them like this can be so effective and so pleasing to the eye. And I'm not trying to shit on every other movie in the entire existence. I just think this movie is on a different level. And I think it's always going to be on a different level. And I think we're going to look back on it in 10 years and it's going to be like a Matrix type movie where it's going to be like, this was revolutionary. This changed lives. This set the course for a different world of cinema to the cinema that we know today and know it, you know? Like,
We don't know what it's for, but we can all feel it. You've been feeling it too, haven't you? Something is off. Your clothes never wear as...
I should have never watched this because now it's just making me think that there's a black hole out there somewhere that's making me believe, that's like literally making my life completely wrong. When really it's just like, I am not taking care of myself simply. Like, I'm just not doing what I need to be doing to be a healthy living person. Maybe there is a black hole out there somewhere affecting the retrograde, if you will. Something big is coming.
And you think it's me?
Why else would we risk everything to get you out of here?
Okay, be honest. In this, like, Matrix setup, like, you know, the whole Matrix, like, question debacle, red pill, blue pill. If you were Evelyn, would you be like, fuck it, bye? Or would you do your damnness to actually get out of there? Like, would you actually try to save the world? Or would you be like, fuck it, like, I might as well die. Like, I'm dissatisfied with this life anyways, you know? So red pill, blue pill, are you saving the world? Or are you saying, fuck it? Like, I would probably say, fuck it. The will is nowhere here. It's bad, it's bad. It's below ground, it's 6 feet under at this point.
Algorithm that calculates with statistically improbable action that will place you in a universe on the edge of your local cluster, which then slingshots you to the desired universe.
For such a confusing concept, I think they explained it so well. Like, I love it that they explained it the third time that it happened. Like, he verse jumped a lot, but I think that explaining it, I think this is the third time they do the verse jump. It makes it a lot easier for me to understand because I need to be shown it a few times before you explain it. And I think for this type of concept, it can be very confusing. Like, sometimes things like this, people find it very confusing and very hard to grasp. I think they explained it so freaking well. Iconic scene. Like, I can't think of it done any better. It goes so hard. Stephanie is so freaking good in this scene, and no one gives her the credit she deserves, but she, might I say, fucks. Like, this scene is fucking amazing. Dude, fucking, that's like simple cuts. That's simple jump cuts.
Organic.
That scene, that line right there when she goes, it's organic, I can understand how people could find some of the humor in this movie being like quirky BuzzFeed. I think that's one part of the movie that I can see where people are coming from is the criticism on the humor, because it is kind of this peculiar taste that not everyone will enjoy.
What did you jump?
I mean, she's off the damn map.
I have so much to say about this. I hate it so much. It makes my stomach sick, and I don't know why, but something about the hot dog hand, the hot dog finger universe makes my skin crawl. I hate it. I hate it so much. It makes me scared. It does not make me laugh. It makes me the mustard, it's uncanny valley to me. That's the type of feeling it gives me, where it's so familiar yet it's not, that it makes me scared. It's awful. It's awful, and I wish they cut it out because I don't like it. I don't like the hot dog fingers at all. I need it to go away. I need it to not be here anymore. Into a bagel. I know we're talking about a bagel, but it actually does help me so much. I know we're talking about a bagel, but it makes me feel so much better about everything. Because if you put everything on a bagel, if you put all your hopes and dreams into one little spot, everything you hate, everything you love, everything good in your life and bad in your life, none of it matters. If I put it on a bagel, it doesn't even matter. Everything cancels each other out. If you put all the flavors on the bagel, everything cancels out. If you put sugar and salt on a bagel, it cancels out. Is that true? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. This was fucking tight. I love the amount of skills that they choose to use. A operatic singer to be able to have massive breath control, to not inhale any of the gas. What the fuck? That's so amazing. Combining the skills that she has with the martial arts. Are you kidding me? And it just shows that, like, there is no, in the sense of today, there is no talentless labor. All labor requires talent. And I stick by that statement because no matter what you're doing, it is a skill that someone else probably cannot do. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think it is so ridiculous to say that some people that work in different different lines of work than you do don't have talent.
You don't step up, I'm giving some of your shifts to Chad.
Oh my god, it's Harry Shum Jr. That's Harry Shum Jr. That's my childhood crush right there. That's Mike Chang. That's Magnus Bane. That's everything to me personally. Yeah, that's Harry Shum Jr., my first ever crush, and I need it to be known that when I saw him in this movie, I screamed because I didn't know he was going to be in this movie. Love you. Love you, Harry Shum Jr., and I'm going to love you till the end of time. Also, I know every single yappy young Asian professional, they knew this guy right when he came on screen. You have seen all of his YouTube videos of him doing stunt fighting. He's amazing, and I knew him. I don't know his name, but I knew his fucking face. I was like, that's the guy. That's literally the guy I see in every single Asian YouTube video. Like, he's a part of the community. He's a part of the community. He's in the Wong Fu universe. You understand what I mean?
Imagine needing to put a butt plug in your butt so bad.
No, you can't stick it up in your butt. No, you're not allowed to stick it up in your butt, okay? You cannot. The fact that, what if it wasn't his jumping pad. He was just doing that. So anyone can take the jumping pad. Anyone can take it. It's not just you. It's a jumping pad for anyone. So if Evelyn could have stuck it up her butt and then used that as a jumping pad as well. Oh my god!
Through the jeans, can I just add that?
Literally, both of them are wearing shorts. So both of them are wearing pants. Bald guy is wearing underwear, and then the other guy is wearing jeans. So that means they are not just it's not just butt plug into butthole. It's butt plug through fabric, through denim, through underwear, into the butthole. That thing is a stuffed turkey. It's stuffed to the brim. It's friction. It's ripping. It's tearing. No one wants to talk about that. No one does. Everyone at the end of the movie. When this scene came on and everyone was gasping, I was like, you guys don't know real film, because I knew this wasn't the end. I knew this wasn't the end. Of course I knew it wasn't the end. Of course I knew it wasn't the end. I'm not stupid. I'm better, and I'm simply above the others. No, please don't take me back to this. Because it's the sounds, it's the looks, it's...
What do you want?
I don't like it. Like, you're telling me you're making a story, you're making a movie about a Chinese family going through turmoil, mother-daughter relationship in shambles. And then...
You're playing Mitski?
Don't even talk to me. Don't fucking talk to me.
Of every other possibility.
Brilliant
You're
techniques.
everywhere.
Brilliant techniques. A little bit of the confetti in her mouth. It's just the simple jump cuts of it all. It makes it look so amazing. Like, I love it so much. I can't express my love enough for the great usage of jump cuts. I mean, every movie uses jump cuts now, right? But it's so perfectly matched in this movie. It just is everything. Like, I don't know how it makes sense, but the bagel is everything. Like, I understand it completely. I couldn't explain it to you, but in my, like, emotionally, like, in my heart, I understand what the bagel represents. I couldn't verbally explain it, but it encompasses a lot more than I could say verbally. I will say that. Maybe that's all that this movie needs to do. I don't need to be able to explain anything afterwards. I just need to be able to feel that.
Fractured moments.
I cannot believe the raccoon got arrested.
Contradictions and confusion.
Like, oh, why did I just think the raccoon got arrested? That was definitely animal control. That was definitely not the police. This is kind of a brilliant scene because I think a lot of people could have been misconstrued by the end of the movie, thinking that if nothing matters, if everything's always happening, if we're just running around in circles, then nothing matters. Then, like, literally nothing I do even makes sense. And I could just say, fuck it, throw my life away, and nothing would even matter. I could just do whatever the fuck I wanted. I think this scene is so crucial because it shows the breaking point within her where she does have that moment where she's finally like, nothing matters. But at the same time, it does. Like, the things that matter to you are important. They don't have to be life-changing or world-changing things to matter. They can be the things that matter to you. And I think that can be a really, grand, life-changing perspective, in my opinion. Which might seem really simple, which you might have learned in your psychology class or your literal night talks with your girlfriends. But I just think that this movie opens up so many dialogues about choices you make, about your life stance. And even so, no matter what point in your life you are in, whether you are in high school, whether you're thinking about what you're going to do in college, whether you're thinking about what job you're going to do after college, whether you're literally just deciding what job you want, it can be a very, very comforting movie to anyone. It is the ultimate relatable movie, in my opinion, because it can apply to literally anyone. And I love it so much. And I need everyone to fully experience this movie with me because it is just amazing. Because how do you watch a movie and you relate to a fucking rock? How am I sitting here in an apartment on a couch relating to a rock? Just be a rock. Just for a second.
Just let it be.
I literally had that exact same necklace. I'm so sorry. I just had to point it out. I'm not wearing it right now. I'm wearing the heart version. That's a heart with a little Chinese character in the center of it. And it's purple. I got it for my birthday from my Nana. Love you, Nana. I hope you're watching this because I'm wearing it. Love you. He literally wants to divorce her. He wants to divorce her. And he's cleaning up and he's making sure that everything is going to be okay. This is a love story. This is a family story. This is a mother-daughter relationship story. This is a coming of age. This encapsulates so much about life. It's wonderful. Watch this at so many points in your life and you will have a new realization. What a simple effect, by the way, moving the light just like this around their head. Just doing that adds so much dimension and emotion to their facial expressions. Getting to see someone lit from every single angle showed so many sides of your face and so much emotion within one scene, within one frame. It's amazing.
如果有来生，我还是会选择和你一起报税、开洗衣店。
I would have loved to fold laundry and do taxes with you. Are you I would have loved to do laundry. I would have loved to fold laundry and do taxes with you. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, there are so many epic romantic monologues out there, but there is not something that has topped that line for me since I watched this movie. It is so simple, but it is so meaningful that even in this universe where he wants to divorce Evelyn, he is still in love with her. So in love with her. He does not mind doing laundry and taxes with her. He just wants to be with her. That's all you can ask of anyone. Like, if you are happy with the person you are with, like, don't think about the other stuff. Don't think about what they could be or their potential, or I want someone that's crazy and over the top and has all these things, because those things are always meaningless. Like, at the end of the day, being happy is so much more worth than tangible things, right? Do you think the people that got sucked into the vehicle died?
It kind of looks like it.
Why not go somewhere where your daughter is more than just this. Here, all we get are a few specks of time where any of this actually makes sense.
I'm gonna cry. I pause. I just have to talk about it because I was bawling when I saw it. Like, I was like bawling, like heaving, like ugly cry, like. I'm tearing up now because it's still emotional for me, because it's just, honestly, with any relationship you go through, but specifically with someone like your mom or your parents, it's like, I feel like a lot of us, or not necessarily me specifically, but I feel like a lot of the times children have this woe is me complex when it comes to being a child. They think that their parents have had it figured out this entire time and they have just been putting them through the ropes and the ringer for no reason. But really, like, when you're a parent, you're still learning. You never stop learning and you never stop making mistakes as human beings. We fuck up constantly. And to think that just because you suddenly have a child, you don't fuck up is ridiculous. Seeing unconditional love in a scene like this is so powerful, and it really does show the lengths that it goes to. Like, it's something that I think that a lot of people take for granted, that we focus so much on tangible things, on our jobs, on things that we have, on where we are in life, at what stage we're in. And many of us, I know I'm like crying right now, but I think so many of us spend so much time and so much anxiety on what other people think, and it's wasted energy, because you have people in front of you that care about you and that want to cherish the time with you. And it's like the line in the movie, like, who cares about all the other bullshit? Like, right? Like, as you can tell, I'm like going through something internally right now that this movie is just striking a chord within, which I think is the perfect time to watch it. And it just shows the power of art and, you know, something as silly that, like, something so silly that has, like, literally, like, dildos and stuff in it, like, is moving me to tears and making me reevaluate life and my perspective on it. And that's like a once in a lifetime movie, right? Like, but I love how many conversations this movie opens up. I could talk about so many parts of it forever, and I know this video is probably super long, but I've like cried in like 100 videos on my channel because I cannot hold in my emotions. I'm a Cancer at the end of the day. I have an extreme love for the people around me, and I don't know how to express it to them directly, so usually it comes out within videos or talking about things that are not talking to them directly, which I need to get better about. But this is what I wrote when I came out of the theater. This was the night I watched it. This is what I said. This movie has changed the trajectory of my life. This movie has created such an impact to my own view of not just the world, but of everything's existence as a whole. There's no better feeling in this life than to feel completely changed after experiencing art. Maybe I'm just being dramatic, and it never really is that deep. But if you watch this movie in a crucial breakdown of questioning your own worth and if you are useless, it hits you right in the guts and rips out everything you have been told to know is true. Not only is this movie a life-altering experience emotionally, it is a perfect movie. It is truly everything everywhere all at once. There's not a moment you can look away from the screen without missing something vital. It's fast and witty, but seamless and effortless at the same time. This movie takes what if and ties in every outrageous, silly scene and turns it into a universal story that anyone can relate to. This might be a reach with everything I'm saying, and maybe I'm just a fangirl who's obsessing, but I cannot wait to watch this film over and over, show it to more people every year, watch others' reactions, see people be changed, and get to experience that feeling over and over again. Stunning, brilliant, beautiful, outrageous. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on this movie in the comment section down below, and subscribe for more videos from me, and leave down what you want me to watch next. Go watch this movie, go buy it, support it, and I will see you guys in my next video.